What is up? Billy Paradise. Trying to grow my own paradise. Here we go again. Garden season has started up. Get those pepper seeds going, man. Don't miss out. Don't miss out, because once you reach a certain threshold, you're not going to get maximum potential out of your plants by the end of the season. What happens is your plant gets nice and big in July, and then it starts to put on pods in August, and then September rolls around and things start to cool down, and only half of them ripen up, and then the rest of them are no good by the time the frost rolls around, and it kills your plant by the time that it's putting on its real heavy load. So you want to get started with it soon. Get started with it soon, because if you don't, like I said, you're going to build all that potential expecting this great harvest, and the frost is going to come through and it's going to knock out your plants, and you're not going to get anything. It happened to me with ground cherries last year. I tried to grow Peruvian ground cherries, goldenberry, Cape gooseberry, whatever you want to call it. The plant got huge, big, bushy plant, right? Loaded with fruit. But what happened? Those fruits developed way too late in the season. Frost came through, took out the whole plant. I got one fruit off of that and didn't save seeds off of it, because I thought for sure I was going to get more. But like I said, I didn't start it early enough. So you got to start your plants early. The pepper plants in particular, they are in the nightshade family. They are very, very tough plants. They are tenacious. They want to grow, all right? Once they get into their true leaf, phase, once they start putting on their true leaves, I mean, it's hard to stop them. They want to grow. That's their thing. They want to get big and put on more seeds. Every now and then you get your genetic mutant, which you could keep them, you could toss them. Some people like growing them out of like an art, kind of thing, But other than that, yeah. Start your seeds February, depending on what zone you're in. I'm in zone 6, zone 5-ish, northern West Virginia, East Coast United States, Appalachian Mountains. And we get it's temperate here. We get cold winters and pretty, I wouldn't say hot summers, but sometimes we get up to 100 and a little over 100. All right. So it does get hot, and we've had negative 20 wind chills, so it gets really cold too. So we're in that nice medium of getting the best of all seasons, really. This state kicks ass. But don't be coming here starting your shit and taking everything from everybody. If you want to come to West Virginia, come here to chill, not to fucking rape and pillage the land like you did back in your homeland. Anyways, so moving on. Gardening. Thyme, very easy plant to grow. Just put some dirt down, sprinkle some seeds on top of it, spray it with a water bottle till it's nice and hydrated, cover it with a piece of plastic, and it'll sprout. And that's basically what I've done with all my plants here. That's just a piece of grocery bag, right? I just took a piece of a grocery bag and just ripped it up, one of them old t-shirt bags. Just tear off a piece and, cover it over. Or use bubble wrap, Tupperware. Tupperware is awesome. We got these blueberry containers. They work excellent as well, because they already got the humidity dome attached to it. We got Trichoceros pachanoi. This is slow growing, man. I've always wanted to grow a cactus ever since I was little. And so I got these seeds off of Center of the Web, some janky-ass website, like off-brand Etsy kind of domain. And, I took a shot at it, because they said they were pure, they were true to type, which, like with pepper seeds, you want isolated pepper seeds, right? jppepperseeds.com. Well, I hunted down, because I was looking for specific types of cactuses. Most of them died off, but now I got left with like this columnar type, Trichoceros pachanoi. And that's going on over a year old. I'm probably doing something wrong with this, probably, which is why it's so small for being a 1-year-old plant. I know you see that tag on there, but this is not what that is. But anyways, so Pretty much just gonna just ramble on about what types I'm growing as we get into the springtime. I'll be out in the yard more, but this is just my grow setup. All right. Let's just pull you back here so you can see everything that's going on. This rescue plant from Lowe's. I had it upstairs for a while. It didn't get a lot of sunlight. The tips were burnt on it when I bought it. We got new growth coming in, and it's coming in pretty nicely, except for here, which makes me think that I got some kind of fungal disease, is what I'm thinking. So I used some Captan on it, and we'll see. I'm not too, it's a rescue plant. If it dies, it dies. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the bare stalks of the overwintering peppers here. We got the Euphoria pepper, which is what I prefer to call it. California Reaper just seems like, I don't know, like a ripoff. And then we got Charapita. This is a red Charapita. This one's pretty cool. It comes in green, turns purple, and then it ripens up to a nice cherry red. And they're freaking hot for their little size, man. Let me tell you what. But it's a great training pepper, great beginning pepper. If you know somebody who doesn't like heat and you don't want to hurt them, by giving them a super hot, you just want to have a fun little spicy experience, and eat something hot and freak out and laugh about it later. Charapita is perfect. It's a wonderful pepper for people who don't eat a lot of spice, because it is hot for a newbie. And it goes away pretty quickly. It's like a 10-minute burn at most. This was Buena Mulata, not doing so hotta. And then we got the 7-pot Bubblegum here. These are all on their second year here. Avocado tree. Just randomly sprouted up in a pot. And so I pulled the plant that was in with it out. And yeah, just let it do its thing. And it's still going. Still going. All right, and then this is my year 3 chocolate habanero. This plant right here is my baby. I love this plant. Just wait until she fills out, dude. My goodness. It's like a tree. It's awesome. But I use compost that I make for the most part. Sometimes I use potting mix. But most of the time I'm using homemade compost. I just get all my food scraps, my coffee grounds, banana peels, eggshells. I've made TikTok videos about it. If you look hard enough on it, you'll find it. And then I'll mix it with perlite, vermiculite, and sand. Now, the important thing about sand is you want to make sure that if you're getting sand, that it's not the kind with seashells in it. Okay? Because if you find seashells in your sand, that likely means that sand came from the ocean and it has salt in it. And salt will kill your plants. All right? Look up the Carthage. What was that? Who was that? Hannibal on Carthage. Whenever Hannibal came through Carthage, ransacked the towns, poured salt all over the earth to keep the ground from ever being able to produce. So yeah, salt, obviously, it kills plants. And it'll ruin your soil. But anyways, so I mix those. That's my seed starting mix. That's my growing medium, And then once I get into the garden, we'll talk a bit more about how I fertilize and such. But right now, once it sprouts, like in my makeshift pots here, whatever I got laying around, and then I'll up them into their individual solo cups, and then I'll let them grow out. And I mean, this right here is also going on its second year. This 7-pot Bubblegum, and it's been growing in this Gatorade bottle the entire time. I mean, look at them roots sticking out of there. If I could get that to focus. But yeah, I mean, it's root bound as heck. But have no fear. I don't worry about it, because if I decided to pull that plant out of that Gatorade bottle, tease the roots a little bit in a bucket of water, like soak the roots really good, and then put it in a hole, it'll spread out and it'll grow out, and, it'll show out, and our mouths and butts will blow out. But anyways, Moving on, propagated lavender. Oh yeah, I probably should talk about the lighting. 600 watt Rolleandros. Third generations. Yeah, I can't find them anymore. It bums me out because I want another light. So I have to find a new brand. So if you got a good brand of light that isn't expensive, you know, like, or overhyped, like Mars Hydro, or, you know, King LED, or you know, the big brand ones, you know, I prefer more underdog companies that put out a good product for a decent price, and it might not have all the bells and whistles of the high end premium stuff, but you know, it gets the job done. That's what I'm out for, right? He's got the linkable daisy chains. These are 3 years old, and they do well. I mean, check it out. That's brand new avocado growth. This plant's starting to unfurl. You know, leaves starting to unfurl here. I mean, it does well. It does well. You know, so if you got a good light link, hit me up. But I think we're going on about 11 minutes and 15 seconds. All right. I've been rambling on for quite a while. I imagine you're probably just laying on your couch, just scrolling your phone while videos play in the background. What up? Drink more water. All right. Hydrate and listen to Clutch and 311 and Highly Suspect and James Brown. Get up off of that thing.